For our third and final story, Google just opened their first ever top-down designed campus.
They call it the epitome of flexibility because they have no idea what's coming.
Okay, Jack. Pulling the real estate card on this. First surprise about this story, what's with the 42 acres of land?
The first surprise is that 42 acres of undeveloped land exists in Silicon Valley.
In the state of California?
Yet until today, all of Google's buildings, like everywhere you work at Google, was a building that was already built.
Yeah, Google would just come into an existing building and they'd be like, you know what? We're just going to Googleize it.
Yes, Google didn't build any of their buildings. They just painted them very colorfully.
They're walking around, Jack, like, all right, nap pod here, Jeff Koons mural here.
Latte cafes everywhere.
But what Jack and I found so fascinating about this Google story is that this building is different.
Before the building was built, it was just land, Nick.
Land.
This is a greenfield real estate development.
Okay. Blackstone Asset Management over there. You want to whip up the definition for us of that thing?
If you have to ask, you can't afford it, Nick.
Basically, what we're trying to say is this was a Google building built from scratch.
Yes. From top to bottom, from nuts to butts.
And Google, they didn't just build a building in this case. No. Google, they built an entire ecosystem.
For example, this campus has its own hotel.
It's a hotel. We're talking waffle irons and all. It includes a 240-room hotel at the Google office.
It's the Hotel Motel Holiday Inn for remote and visiting workers who are visiting Google's headquarters for, a few days.
Now, on the engineering side, the physical engineering side, this includes a solar roof, but not just any solar roof, Jack.
A solar roof with panels that are formed in the shape of a funnel to catch rainwater because of the drought that often hits Silicon Valley.
Oh, and then, of course, inside, they've done some creative things with the interior.
Yes, they included a bunch of teepee-shaped workspaces to make your meetings feel less corporate and more inspired.
Je ne sais quoi. So, Jack, what is the takeaway for our buddies over at Google?
Not even Google knows what the future of work looks like.
Jack and I noticed a very telling quote from Google's VP of Workplace and Real Estate.
He said that we started with a blank canvas, a greenfield, if you will. And so we had to ask ourselves, what will work look like in the future?
And then Google went on to say, you know what? We'll be honest. The conclusion we came to is we have no idea. They actually said that.
Google's VP of Real Estate and Workplace, who just spent probably $1 billion, said they have no idea what work in this building will look like in the future.
Yeah, now that is crazy because Google has more information and data than anybody.
Google knows your calendar, your Gmails, your extremely private searches, and everyone's extremely private searches.
Honestly, if Google doesn't know it, then nobody knows it.
But here's their best answer at Google. They built flexibility.
Yeah, they built with modular desks, open spaces, enclosed spaces, see-through spaces.
TP spaces.
Yeah, and they call this new office the epitome of flexibility.
The future isn't open concept floor plans or closed concept floor plans. It's anything concept floor plans. We don't know.
Because honestly, Google doesn't even know.